Okay, dear students, this is lecture number 36, and in this class, we are going to start the new chapter, which is geometry. Okay, so there is a very interesting chapter and very easy, very good chapter for the GD exam. But uh, but if I speaking truly that in GD exam, a little bit portion come from this chapter, but this chapter is easy, easy. With respect to GD exam, it is not, you can say, it is not very important like factorization. It is not very important like the theoretical question which we studied in chapter number 3, I think. They are very important than the geometry. But geometry is also important. Some of the questions come from this section, but these questions are basics. And I told you before, in mathematics, when we study some equations, some formula, and we do some calculation work. But in GD exam, these questions come in the theoretical form and in the real world scenario, and will have to extract the data from this question statement. The main thing is the studying the question very carefully, and the question written in English, and these few lines, 2 or 3 lines question is very important for you to read. And please read all questions very carefully and note point out the data in the questions. Write the data in the clear form on another answer, another paper, uh, with you, and then think about the question, that basically what actually question demand from you. Don't solve any question blindly, so then you will get the good answers. Secondly, in these classes, today is lecture number 36, and the lecture from 1 to 36 was held. And in this lecture, the time was very short with us, and I was not able to solve every question for you. So, dear student, I suppose you to practice the questions in your home, and self study at your home. Solve question which feel that the question is difficult. Don't solve the easy question in your home. Please solve the question which is difficult for you, and if you cannot solve this question, then send me the picture of the questions, and uh, I will solve for you, and I will explain to you. Okay, so let me start the today lecture. Today is the geometry. So you know about the geometry because in the primary classes we hear the word geometry. The word geometry means something which is able to physically refer to the shapes. When we hear the geometry always meant for the what? It meant for the shapes. Geometry, shapes. Okay. Now, what is meant by the shape? In this world, shape can be anything. Okay. Please don't be care about. Okay. So anything which you can see with your eyes, it has shapes. It have shape. Now, how can is it possible? Like the mobile in front of you, the mobile in which you are watching the lecture has its shape. What is the shape of the mobile? It's rectangular. Or on laptop you are watching my lecture. So the shape of the laptop is, what is the geometry of the laptop? Laptop, it is rectangular. Okay, so every object around us in the world has some geometry. Humans are also have geometry. Like for example, oh, let me draw a human here. If we have a person like this, okay, this is a person. So if someone asks you that what is the geometry, so human has many geometries because it has many body parts. Every body part has its own geometry, its own shape. For example, this is the like wait. Focus on the head, and the head is what it is at. Let me write here, head or face, you can say. So what is the basically geometry or shape of this head? It is circular geometry. The geometry is circular. We can see easily that this geometry is like a circle. Okay, and we know that what is circle. Okay, so it is circle. Yes, circular geometry. When someone asks you that what is the shape of your head, you will say that it is circular, it is round, it is circular, or it is you can say. Okay, now dear students, if so, now what about these hands and other parts? Yes, they are also like you can say rectangular because the hands are like this, so you can say that these are rectangular. Similarly for the for these legs, okay, these are also you can say rectangulars. So this is just for your clearance. And for example, okay, now in geometry the two words are very important. This is a very important point. Please note down with your notebook. In geometry the 2 points are very very important. I am writing with red pen. Okay, start the trick. Okay, geometry, geometry. Okay, so what is the point? Geometry, one is 2D and one is 3D. Okay, you can also call the 2D is planar, and 3D can 3D. I will tell you that what is 3D basically. Okay, now let me explain this thing. Okay, let me explain to you. Basically, the geometry which we study in the at this level for the high school level is the geometry of 2D. Everything you can see around you is 2D. Sorry. Everything you can draw on the paper or you can see in your books is like this one, this and this shape. This is the shape. This is the shape. This is the shape. Okay, and this is the shape. This is the shape. So what is this? These are all 2D shapes. Okay, these are the these are all the 2D shapes. Let me write the shape in a good way. Okay, 2D shapes. So we will call the shape the 2D because why these are called 2D? Because they are two dimensional. The D means dimension. Okay, and what is the dimension? Dimension means that, let me clarify to you. If you remember in the previous lecture, in the previous chapters, we studied the xy plane, that there are like two coordinates. This is x is the dimension and y is the dimensions, and this circle just grow in this dimension. There are, it does not have third dimension. What is the meaning of third dimension? Let me show you a picture. Okay, and then you will understand for the 3D. It is the example of 2D which I written now, and now I am giving you the example of 3D. This is the box in front of you. You are watching the box. So what do you mean by this box? It's because it is not a 2D. First of all, it is not a 2D. Please, why? It is a, let me write it with red pen, and not 2D or planar. It is not a planar, not 2D. One thing. So because the 2D shapes look like this. If it was 2D, then it must look like this. Okay, it is a 2D rectangular shape, but it is 3D, but it is 3D rectangular shape. Okay, it is 3D rectangular, 3D but rectangular. Yes. Okay, let me write rectangular carefully. 2D look like this one, which I draw at the side. Okay, it is planar and 2D also, and it is 3D. 3D. Okay, 3D and what? 3D rectangular. It look like a rectangular. Okay, rect a rectangular. Okay, okay. So this is the main difference between 3D and 2D. And I told you, let me tell you again that we cannot draw 3D on the paper. Okay, for example, I'm writing on like our whiteboard, you can say. So I cannot draw any 3D object here, but it is not true for all things. But like simple shapes of 3D, we can make a sketch. For example, this box is 3D, and it is also shown on the 2D uh, 2D whiteboard. Okay, so we can do this like that, but it require high skills. Okay, and like its drawing is very difficult. The sketching of the 3D objects on the on the paper or board is very difficult. Now, dear students, let me tell you one thing, that the shape like this is circle. Okay, this is 2D. Okay, now let me draw this one. This is 2D, and this is 2D. Okay, these are all the 2D things. Let me draw lines. Okay, this is 2D. These are the tapes are these are shapes are 2D, and because they are easy to draw, and we can easily see that these have three dimension. Dimension means the dimension. What is the mean by basically dimension? Please don't be worry about the difficult English words, and it is very easy thing, because uh, I'm explaining it. Okay, now dimension, dimension, just think about the dimension. Dimension just means the length, because so for example in 3D, this is the 3D geometry. This is one dimension. Okay, from here to here, from here to here, this is another dimension, and it is the height. Okay, you can see this is the height. Okay, 3 is the height. Okay, 4 is the width, and 5 is the length. length, length. Okay, and it is width, and it is height. So this is the whole situation. So you can see easily it has three dimensions. You can see easily it has three dimensions. Okay, but what is the case in 2D? In 2D we cannot have three dimensions. It is the main important thing. Let me write here again. Width is equals to 4. Yes, length is equal to 5, and height is equal to height is 3. Okay, so this is the main scenario. Now let's come to the 2D. If we check this same thing in 2D, for example this red one. Okay, please focus on the red one. Now what will you say, that what is the width? Yes, we can say this is the width. Yes, very good. Width is this one. And what is the height, what is the length? Sorry, the length will be this one. Yes, but what is the height? Where is the height? We cannot see the height. Height is missing. Okay, so this is the main philosophy. No third dimension. No third dimension. So please, this is a very important thing. Okay, and one thing again, dear student, I please, in mathematics is always general. I write here the length. You can also say it is the height. No problem. You can say line. You can say height. If you write the height, then the length will be missing. If you say length, then the height will be missing. So the main focus is the third dimension, which is missing, and it is the 2D geometry. Okay, in all 2D objects, the case is the same. In all 2D objects, in all 2D, that case is the same. So this is the main thing. Okay, now let me discuss about the some important geometrical shapes. Okay, we will now discuss the some important geometry shapes. But now, okay, this is the good. My right. Let me check my writing. My writing is good. Okay. Yes. Okay. Where is the blue pen? Yes. Okay. Now I am telling you that what after geometry, what geometries, what type of study we will, what type of thing we will study in this chapter, in this course, for these classes. Okay. Geometry. Sorry. Geometry. Okay. Sorry, it is he. Wait. Spatial geometry. I will write here. Spatial geometries are important. Important is good. Okay. Important geometries. Important. Important means that these are the geometry which is important for your course, for your GED exams, okay, and for your class level, for important geometry, okay. It should be geometries, but we can also run with the we can also go with the geometry now. Okay, first of all, one point is very important that we will mostly study. Okay, let me write with the red pen. Okay, red pen is important. Our focus our focus in this chapter will be uh, 2D, will be 2D, or you can say planar. It is one thing, please don't be afraid of wording to the geometries, okay. But our main focus will be that, okay, please. But we will study, but we will also study, but we will also see some 3D, some 3D shapes. We will also learn about the 3D shapes, but they are very easy. They are very easy, and we there are just few to study. Okay, you will learn about that. Okay, this is the main focus this chapter. Okay, now let me take the new page and blue pen. So I tell you the important geometry. First of all, I want to discuss about the circle. You say the word circle in our daily life, and uh, every person says circle and circle, circle and circle. So in mathematics, what is the importance, what is the meaning in math? In mathematics, if you ask anyone that what is circle, what is meaning by circle, and that everybody will say that the circle is this thing. Circle is a round shape, okay. This circle is a round shape, okay, focused around a point. This is a central point, okay. So all the like all this shape, all this circumference, okay, is focused on the this point. This is the point, okay. Around this point, the whole circle is the like surrounded the whole point, okay. So this is the very definition of the circle. But I don't please the student, it's a very important point to remember the shapes, the name of the shapes, okay. If you the definition, like the formal definition of the circle is what, so you don't have to remember this, and it is not important, okay, because it is just the explanation of circle in the English language. And you can say also in your own language, the mother language, in Pashto or in Persian, that what is circle, okay. Circle is a simple, mm, just a round shape, and it has circumference focused around a singular point. This is the point, okay. Now let me point in good shape. This is very important. The center point is very important, okay. Let me write here central point. What is this? This is called the center point. And why this is important, let me tell you again. So for example, this center point, this is the center point, and someone say that this is the circle. Okay, now tell me, is this circle or not?
Because of its shape isn't like a
Yes,
circle
very good.
and
Yes,
yeah.
very good. Basically, its shape does not look like a circle, but the formal way of definition, you will say that here the distance from the center point is not equal. Okay, for example, this is the distance from here to here. Okay, Yes, this is the distance. Okay, if you analyze, okay, the distance from this point to this point here is the largest distance, and this distance is smaller and this one is larger, so it is the definition. It is not the definition of the circle. It is not a circle. And if you analyze the circle very critically, we can see easily that the distance from here to here is same. Okay, please, and the distance from this point to this point is same. Okay, and any point you will say from this side to this side. Okay, you can from this side to this side, from this point to this point, and from center to this point, all the distance will be same. So the distance will, let me write here, the distance is same. Distance is same, from center. Okay, from the center, from the center to the any point, to any point you will take any point in your mind, to any point on the boundary. You can, what is the boundary? The boundary basically is nothing, just this line. This is called the boundary. Okay, boundary. Now let me write here with colorful pens. Okay, because it will be very clear to you people. Where is this? Is a gray pen. Oh, sorry. Let me take the orange pen. Now this is this is the circle. Yes, and let me draw the uh, center point. Okay, this is center point. Now, dear students, oh, let me draw the center point with the another color. This color. So this is the another point, circular point. Sorry, central point in the pink color. In the pink color is the center point, and you will see easily that there the distance from all point, distance from the center to the all points is what it is equal, like this, like this, like this. Okay, so my the meaning of my words is that, okay, so this is a circle. Okay, so this is the just simple definition of the circle. And now let me discuss some important definition of the important definition for the circle, important parameters. Parameters, okay, don't be afraid from the word parameters. Parameters is a very simple, like for example, special words like radius. If we study circle, we always hear about the radius. Okay, so it is not a like a very difficult things. Okay, now let me tell you. Okay, so I told you, dear students, the line from here to here, the distance from this point to this point is what? The distance from this point to this point is what? The distance from this point to this point is what? From this point, from this point, from this point to this point. We know that all are the same. The same, 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 same. So in mathematics, everything has some special names. So what is the special name of this phenomena, of this distance? The special name is basically radius. Okay, no, radius. Radius is the distance. Okay, it is the distance from the center point. From you did, I am just writing definition for the formality and for your understanding. Please, dear student, you should not like take it hardly and remember this, but you should know that what is radius and what is where is the radius. Distance from the center to the any point, on. Now I am writing very any point on boundary. Sorry, sorry. Any point on circumference. Circumference is another thing. I will tell you. Okay, what is circumference? The circumference is just the thing which is seeing you on, which you are watching with the orange color. The orange color length, the length of the orange color line is called the circumference, or this is the orange color is called circumference. It is nothing more than that. Okay, sorry, the boundary will be good. Circumference is something, uh, but this is the orange color is the circumference. Any point on the boundary. Here the boundary is correct, and okay, let me start the recording. So diameter is something you ask that it divides the circle in two parts. It divides the circle into equal parts. For example, it divide. Let me write here. It divides the circle. Now again, I'm asking that you should not remember this type of English words and definitions. It's just for your understanding. Okay, you must know that what is diameter and how is the diameter. Into two equal. The equal is must. The equal is must. Equal halves. Equal parts are half. I will say that parts is good. The whole word is like difficult for the students. Parts. Okay. Nowadays, students, this is the diameter. No problem. Okay, let me show you one thing. It's a very interesting. Now, if I say that this is the radius, okay. Sorry. If I say what is this? This is the radius. Yes, we know. Now, okay, from here to from this center from center to okay from center to this point, this is also the radius. Yes, we know this is radius. Okay, this is the radius. This is radius. Yes, this is radius. But if we count the distance from here to this point, okay, let me from here to this point, let me write with the red pen. Okay, from this point to this point, let me write here point 1, and this is point 2. So what is the distance from point 1 to point 2? Tell me. The distance is basically r plus r. It is 2r. Okay, it is just for your understanding. No, don't be afraid from it. From here to here, it is what? It is r plus r is another r. So this is the main concept in this thing. Okay, r plus r. Now, what is the diameter? Diameter is this thing which I showed to you. The line in the blue. The line in the blue color is the diameter. Okay, which is the blue line? This one. From this point. Okay, sorry. Where is the yellow color? Okay, from this point and to this point, the the distance is diameter. The spatial name of the distance is called the diameter. Okay, and this is called spatial name. It is just a spatial name of the distance. SPECIAL, spatial name. And in the for mathematically, in mathematics we can also write that like diameter is equals to double of radius. Diameter is equals to 2 cross, it is the double of radius. It is just and what is the symbol of diameter? Sorry, let me write the symbol. The symbol of diameter is d. You will always show the diameter with d, capital D or small d, and the radius symbol is what? It is r. Capital R or small r. Capital R. Okay, this is the symbol of radius. Nowadays, students, if we write in symbol way that d is equal, then it will be d is equal to 2r. So it is the very important equation. Okay, please remember this. Okay, and this is the diameter. Okay, so basically, what will you say if someone asks you that what is the diameter? Then you will say that the for the formal definition, if you want the formal definition, the diameter is just the okay. Sorry, where is the circle? Okay, sorry. Let me write again. Where is the pen? Okay, so diameter is just the distance between two points. Diameter is just the distance between 2 points, and both of the points will be lie on the same lie on the same line, like this one. These both points will be same. These point will like direction of this point will be same. For example, let me give you another example. Uh, sorry for that. Okay, this is the basically. I want you people to focus on one thing which is very important. Okay, the important thing is this. This is diameter line. This is diameter. This is diameter. Okay, this is diameter. Okay, the line should not exceed the boundary. The line should not exceed the boundary. This is the boundary. This is the boundary exceeding. So the line should not exceed the boundary. Okay, so please. Oh. So now these lines are enough, I think. And this is the center. This is the center. This is the center, and I want to rub this one because these are crossing the boundary. The line should not cross the boundary. Okay. So if someone asks you that what is the formal definition of radius, sorry, a diameter. Diameter is something the line which make the circle divide into two half parts, but the part must be equal, and these lines must pass through the center. It is a very important point. I'm writing with red pen. Okay, the diameter line, which is very important. The diameter line, the diameter line. Sorry, line. Diameter line must. It is must condition. If it is not passing through the center, then it is not a diameter line. Okay, this is the center. The red is the center. Line must pass through the. The line must pass through through the center. Through the center of what? To the center of circle. To the center of circle. Okay, let me write it center. Okay, now I have a question for you, dear Shiva. So let me take the blue can and I will draw the circle for you. Now I will ask the question that, sorry, this is the center and we have a circle. Okay, you can see the circle and I am drawing a line. Now, dear Shiva, tell me, is this line in the pink color diameter or not?
Now, teacher, it isn't a diameter. For we said that must pass the through of the center of the circle, but we can say that it's a radius.
No, you cannot see the radius because the radius. What is the definition of the radius, please? I am going back to the definition of the radius. It is very important. Now, this is the radius. Okay, the radius is the distance from the center to the any point on the boundary. It always must start from the point from the center. Okay, for example, let me draw the radius here. Okay, I am drawing the radius. This is the radius line. Now, if you focus on the radius line, what we see that this line, one point of the line is here, one end of the line is here, and another end of the line is here. So if you analyze this line, the one end of the line lies here, one end of the line lies here, and it none of its end lies on the center. Okay, it does not have any end on the center. For the radius it is important to have any end head or like starting point or ending point at the center. Okay, let me ask from you another question. uh, Let me tell you what happened. Okay, nowadays, Shiba, tell me that is this radius line or not, the orange line,
Radius, I think,
the line in orange.
yeah, I think it isn't for we can, it must start, as you say, from the boundary.
So it is radius or not?
No,
Okay, why?
from for I think it is ended isn't,
Because yes, very good, because it is not ending at the boundary. What is boundary?
yeah,
This is the boundary, because the boundary is just a circular you are.
around the
Yes,
circle,
very good.
yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
very
okay.
good. So this is the main thing. And now tell me, is this diameter or not, the line in orange which I
No, no, it isn't diameter
okay.
because
Mm.
yeah, because it isn't passed through the center of the circle.
Okay, very good. So, dear students, I think it is enough for today class. In this class, we study about the diameter and radius of the circle and general introduction for the geometry. The main things we studied in today class is about the geometry. So basically, what is geometry? Geometry is simple in very simple aspect that basically it is a shape. It is a shape in mathematics. There are some special shapes we study. It is very important in the civil engineering and in mechanical engineering because we do calculations. Like for example, if someone built home, okay, if someone built his house, uh, so first of all what he will do, he will draw the 2D drawings of the house, okay, which we say the map, the 2D map of his house, that it is a room, it will be washroom, it will be kitchen. So all of these drawings will be 2D. So 2D drawings are very important in our daily life, and it has very application in the engineering. For example, if we built a road or a bridge in the rivers, all of these things have drawings. If you note a thing in our daily life, that if you see the bridge and it has pillars below is, so the pillars are basically circular. Their shape is the what? Their shape are the like rounded circular shape. So these are all the calculated with these formulas, and these are the special geometries of the mathematics. So in this class we study about the geometry. Geometry in simple words is the shape of anything, and in the world around us everything has a shape, okay. For example, human body has the shape, head is circular, hands and legs are, you can say, rectangular. So basically, okay, and we can now draw every 3D objects on the paper. Similar, human body is also 3D. Yeah, and one thing is again which is very important, in around us everything is 3D. Every real thing which we can saw with our eyes, for example the mobile in your hand, the laptop in your in front of you, the pen in your hand, yeah, are all these things are 3D shapes, okay. And we cannot draw this on paper, but we can show them on paper, okay. But we can draw them with some techniques, and we can show them on the paper, okay. So it is just for your understanding. Yes, Shiba, you have any question?
Yes, teacher. Would you please go on that page that you ask me some questions? I ask a question from that.
Yes.
Yeah, this orange and pink line that you said, it isn't diameter and radius. Please, would you tell me that what we can call it and what is it in our circle?
Okay, it is not a diameter, but we can call it the. I was saying that the in the world around us, every object is a 3D object, and basically we show them with the 2D. For example, I draw this human body here. It is some human body. It is a boy, or it is a boy. I draw here. Basically, the human body, the humans are 3D, but I draw it 2D. So what I am doing there? I am doing wrong. I am doing wrong, but I am correct. But because we are. Uh, because there are some techniques, and I am applying the techniques to show the human body by 2D drawing, okay. It is the head, and there are the hands, okay. So basically, this is the scenario. Now geometry, 2D and 3D, there are two types, okay. What is the 2D geometry? 2D geometry, basically there are every shape which you draw on your by your hand on the paper is 2D. Every shape you draw on your hand, sorry, every shape you draw by your hands on the paper is 2D. For example, circle, this is the rectangle, triangle, this is a star, this is the moon, the 7 8, the English words, alphabets, the numbers in mathematics are also 2D. Now what is 3D? I show the I paste a picture here for you. That is the box, and it is a very good picture of 3D geometry basically, and it is on the 2D paper. We can, I told you before that we can show the 3D objects on the paper by some techniques, because it is difficult to draw. Not everyone can draw these drawings, but by practice you can draw this, okay. So it has basically the main concept in the 3D. It will have three dimensions: width, length and height. So the box have width, the box has length, the box has height. And if we say that what is the 2D of the box, the 2D of the box will be simple rectangular shape. The 2D of the box will be simple rectangular shape, which is this one, and it will have just two dimension, which is width and length. Okay, and you can interchange that. You can say that length is not length. You can say height. So then the length. Like the main thing is the third dimension will be missing. If we draw the 2D drawing, the third dimensions will be missing. Okay, this is the main point. Here is some famous and important 2D geometries. It is called the circle. The second one is a rectangle. The below is the square, and the last one is the triangle. Now, important geometry in this fourth will be our 2D. Focus on the 2D, and today we study about the circle. So, what is circle? Circle is basically round shape, and it is focused on a central point, and the distance from every point on the boundary, distance from any point on the boundary is same from the center. This is a very important point for the definition of circle, and please remember this definition. And okay, so what is the radius of the circle? Radius is very simple. No, is very simple and very easy. Basically, radius is the distance between the center point and any point on the boundary. Radius is the distance between the center point and any distance. Radius is the distance between center point and any point on the boundary. Okay, so this will be the radius. And what is the diameter? Diameter is very simple. Okay, it is the line which divide the circle into two half parts. And also you can say the diameter is the double of radius. Okay, this is the definition of the d is equal to 2r. D is equal to 2r. Okay, so this is all for today. Okay, and now we're ending the class. So thank you for joining, and